So, welcome to this first interview going on the Well of Hope. And we'll have the lovely Father Gerard here with me today. Father Gerard's, from what I know, is a great supporter of the SVP, and SVP's been doing wonderful things in his parish, and he's got lots to tell us. So, very, very happy and excited to have you with us, Father. So, thank you for joining.
My pleasure.
Thank you. So, we'll begin straight away. So, Father, how are you? How's your day? How are things in this exciting world?
Well, my day's going quite well. I've been up and about all day and just said Mass this morning. And today I'm working on the history of the parish because we are coming up to our centenary in October. So one of the parishioners has written a long history, about 50 pages, and I'm proofreading it and editing it and things like that. So that's keeping me busy in between lots of phone calls and conversations with people.
Brilliant. Oh, well, sounds like you are very busy, very, very busy. So if you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, maybe a little bit about why you became a priest or how you ended up in the parish that you're in, or if there's any SVP links anywhere, please just tell us what you like.
Okay, well, a little bit about me. I was ordained a priest 36 years ago. I went to the seminary in Ireland, in Dublin, All Hallows College. And initially I was actually sent to the United States. I worked for 10 years in the Archdiocese of Los Angeles. And then in 1993, I came to the Diocese of Westminster, and I've been here ever since. And I've been in several parishes, but this parish, St. Joan of Arc, is the longest I've been anywhere. I'm nearly 14 years here now. And this year we're celebrating our 100th anniversary, which is very exciting. So there's lots of things planned. Unfortunately, some of them have had to be postponed, as you can imagine, due to the coronavirus pandemic. But we're hopeful that we'll be able to do most of them eventually.
Wonderful, wonderful. 100 years. Congratulations as well. Congratulations. It's no small feat. No small feat. Yeah, so please, would you tell us a little bit about what the SVP have been up to in your parish, both maybe before Corona and what you've been up to respond to this crisis?
Well, the SVP has been very active in the parish since I came. They have grown substantially in their membership and also in the work that they are doing. A few years ago, they asked me for some space to have a food bank, and I gave them my old office because I was moving into another room, and a parishioner very kindly came and put all shelves up and everything. They started appealing to the people in the parish to bring food when they came to Mass, and that's been very good, and that has grown over the years and has been very, very good. But with the coming of the pandemic, a number of the food banks here in Islington have shut down in order to protect their workforce. And they have given us their clients, and also a lot of their sources of food have now come to us. So we're, rather than just occupying one room, it occupies most of the ground floor now of the house, which is a very big house. It's a very big presbytery here. There's about 9 bedrooms, so you can imagine how big the house is. So there's a lot of food downstairs, but as soon as it comes in, within a couple of days, it's gone again. And it's really grown, and the parishioners, I think, are very committed to supporting it. And during the present crisis, we've enlisted about 20 parishioners as auxiliary members of the SVP who are doing home deliveries and reaching out to people in the community. So it's really grown well, and it's a really nice way for people to put their faith into action, and really faith and works are two sides of the one coin. So we also as well have a very active CAFOD group in the parish, working with international issues. But right now, very much the focus is on the SVP work.
Wonderful, wonderful. I mean, that's crazy. How much food is going through the presbytery? Do you have any idea how many people you're serving? How many food parcels go out, say, a week? Or
Oh, I think on Monday, I think there was probably about 70 or 80 families that were fed. And then on Saturdays, people come to the food bank. And so there's an additional number there. And then through the week as well, there's 2 or 3 each day of other people that are kind of just come on board. There's somebody I want them to deliver some food to today, actually, but I've been having difficulty getting through to them. Yeah.
no,
Not
so
to the
that's
SVP, to the client.
oh, okay, okay. So that's probably hundreds of people, isn't it? It's probably well over 150. It's
Oh,
crazy.
I'd say
And
it's more than that. Yeah, it's more. I mean, some of these are quite big families, and then, they tell their neighbors who are hard up and they come to us and ask for some assistance. I mean, all of the people that have come, I would say the vast majority of them are absolutely genuine, really feeling very hard up at this time. Of course, you'll always get a couple of people exploiting the situation, but most people are really honest and really good and very grateful as well. Very grateful. Because one thing I found about the SVP as well is that they treat the clients really well with dignity. They never make them feel, that they're kind of doing them a favor, so to speak. It's what they're entitled to, what they should have. So
yeah,
it's good.
no, it's wonderful. No, it is wonderful. I mean, so is there any advice you would have for other parishes or other groups or other organisations who are looking to sort of try and set up the same thing in these times? Any advice you would have?
Well, I would say that just accept help from anybody. Loads of people have rung up and say, can we bring food? Don't worry about having too much. It's important to have. You'll never, it's all non-perishable. 99% of what we get is non-perishable. Yesterday, we received, though, a huge donation of bananas, believe it or not. And they were all ripe, and there's no way they'd last until Saturday. So I had no way of giving them out to our regular people. So I just brought them out in front of the church, and as people went by, I said, "Would you like some bananas?" So some of them, there were people, it was really nice, and they asked then, "Well, where did they come from?" And I told them
Okay.
about the food bank. So hopefully they might bring something to the food bank now that they've received something, just as a little gift, rather than, as we never throw anything away.
No, no,
Yeah,
that's a good point as well. Actually, that's a very good point. I
yeah.
did I did hear that in the government food parcels, apparently the bread lasts until March 2021. So I
That's
don't
a
know
bit
where they
scary.
found that, but
Yeah, that is a bit scary. We've had some of that bread. I don't know what's in it, but it's,
yeah. Jet fuel or something like
well,
that. Yeah.
pasta normally lasts for 2 or 3 years as well. So I think there's probably something that's in that as well, because they're both bread based, aren't they?
That's true. That's true. Starch, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, spot on. Well, so my next question would be: do you have any spiritual advice for people who are sort of either just have a little bit of spare time, or who maybe could develop their faith a little bit during this period? Any
Well,
tips?
it is an opportunity to slow down. And one of the things I found very interesting is in my own spiritual life is saying mass on my own. And I've been able to take it more slowly than I would normally, and probably give it more attention to detail. And because there's nobody out there, you focus more on God really in the mass, and on the prayers and what they mean, and taking your time. There's no rush. And I think with spirituality, this is an opportunity for us to slow down a little bit, and take a little bit of time for prayer. We normally have the excuse, a lot of people do, "I'm always busy, I'm too busy, this is going on." Well, I'm still quite busy, but to be honest, I have got more time for prayer if I choose to. So use that time and read the scriptures, and just slow down a little bit.
Yeah, good advice. I mean, I myself have got rid of quite a lengthy commute, and so that's given me loads of extra time. But I'm sure there's plenty of people out there who are still probably working very hard, but have now found themselves with extra time, either to spend alone or with family or whatever.
Well,
So that's,
people are working from home now, aren't they, all the time? And it's actually how productive that is. It can be very productive.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's sort of, you can flip it and say, well, because a lot of people when they work from home, they have trouble switching off then, and so you could argue that prayer or meditation or whatever is a great switch off from their work. And so if you finish and
Mm.
then you get to go and pray, that's it. You've separated almost the end of your working day with when you've started your time with God. But yeah, no,
Mm.
good advice. Thank you, Father. So the final question, nice and short, is there a message you would give to people out there who are, say, starting to lose hope?
Well, I would say don't become isolated. Although where a lot of people are self-isolating, I'm in touch with hundreds of people literally every day through WhatsApp and through other social media, the phone, talking to people that maybe I haven't talked for a long time to. So there is no need, hopefully if people have got a phone, use it and keep in touch with your friends. Phone up people who are a little bit lonely, have a conversation. People enjoy that. One of my other jobs is I'm in charge of the care of all of our elderly priests in the diocese. And we've lost a few of them recently, about 5 or 6 in the last couple of weeks. And I've been ringing them all up and, having a chat, how are you doing? Do you need anything? Things like that. And they're all fine, but they do appreciate that people taking the time. So reach out to other people and then people will reach out to you as well. So don't lose hope. And of course, this will pass. This will pass. I was reading in the paper, the Catholic paper there a couple of weeks ago. We don't have any public mass at the moment. In 1208, there was a falling out between the Pope and the King of England at the time, and he put England under interdict. And for 6 years, there was no mass said in England for 6 years. So it's happened before. So, and we'll only have it probably for a few months. So hopefully, time will pass. We will get through this. And it's an opportunity, I think, for us to think about our lives, about our values. We're not going to be the same after this. This is for sure. And the secular world is very much thinking that too. We just can't go back to the way we were. That there's going to be some good comes out of this, definitely. And people being generous and caring about their neighbors is certainly a plus. It's a shame that it takes a pandemic for that to occur, but it's, every cloud, as they say.
Indeed. Wonderful. No, wonderful. So there you go. Don't isolate yourself, and it can always be worse. It can always be 6 years. I think I'm fairly glad this is not going to be 6 years, although
So,
definitely touch wood on that one. Definitely touch
but I
wood.
think the social media, I think, is a real blessing. It's really stopped people from being isolated. Even if it was 10 or 15 years ago, I think it would be a lot more difficult for people to endure what's going on. But being able to reach out to others and keep in touch with your loved ones, your family, your friends, and your neighbours is really good, really good. Very valuable.
Wonderful.
Very valuable.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much, Father. Thank you for joining me today, and thank you for your advice and your words. I'm sure they'll mean a lot to people out there, and wonderful advice.
Well,
So
God bless.
so thank you, Father.
Thank you, Alex.
Spot on. So whether you found this this recording through YouTube or through the SVP website via the Well of Hope, please continue to enjoy the other videos and resources that are around, especially on the SVP website. If you are interested in any of the work of the St Vincent de Paul Society, then please do take a closer look at the website. And if you feel like you would like to make a donation, then you also can do that through the website, or you can give us a ring. Please know that you are all in our thoughts and prayers, and we would ask also that you keep us and especially all the frontline workers in your prayers. So yes, we'll call it a day there, and thank you for listening. All right.